Yes, a very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. We thank you so much for tuning in for news tonight, this very last edition of the month of July 2023, tonight being the 31st. Let's have a look at the top stories as we start. Members of the business community from Uganda and Serbia meet to streamline trade. Kabaka Mutebi II pledges to implement projects that solve unemployment among the youth. Police say 451 accidents were registered last week, attributing it to overspeeding, while the Rotary helping the girl child cancer run. The Rotary run is on to help a girl child stay in school. We thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Micheal Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakoni joins us for sign language interpretation. In our first story tonight, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has returned home from Serbia. In Serbia, President Museveni was seen off by the country's first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ivica Dačić, at Nikola Tesla Airport in Belgrade. Present during departure was Uganda's ambassador to Serbia, Elizabeth Paula Napeyoko, and the Minister of State for Animal Industry, Honorable Bright Ramidama. At Entebbe International Airport, Museveni was received by the Vice President, Jessica Alupo, Minister for Presidency, Babidie Babalanda, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Wilson Mbadi, Police Director for Human Resource Development, AIGP Godfrey Goloba, and the Deputy Commissioner General of Prisons, Samuel Akena. President Yoweri Museveni at Entebbe International Airport on arrival back home. Now, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, the Most Reverend Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has reiterated the Church's commitment to run a campaign to mentor boy children who are often left behind or disorganized in society. He was meeting the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Alupo, who expressed gratitude for the gesture that she described as a blessing. The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Kazimba Mugalu, was accompanied by Bishop Kosea Odongo of Soroti Diocese, as we see in this report.
Most welcome to Kabaka and to Teso. We are very privileged to host you. I appreciate very sincerely from the bottom of my heart the acceptance of the Most Reverend Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu to come here at home to pay a courtesy visit to us. I sincerely appreciate. Bearing in mind that you have come to serve all the people of Teso sub-region, which has 10 districts, 10 to 12 districts. If you add Butebo and Palisa, sometimes even Tororo says we are also part of you. So it is a very big honor and privilege for us as a family to get this chance to interact with you right here at home. Indeed, it is by the grace of God that this kind of moment can be occasioned. So we want to return all the glory to God. So I would like also to thank you for the role you are playing in the Interreligious Council of Uganda as the current chair now. You have demonstrated a clear picture that working together as humanity, as human beings, is a priority. And it is an agenda that should be pursued by all of us as a country. So on behalf of government, allow me to extend our sincere gratitude to you for that very important role that you are playing symbiotically together with the government to transform the lives of our people. I thank you very sincerely.
Jesus the Son, and give him the glory, great things he has done.
My visit here, it has been well prepared. The bishop, the captain,
Trust the captain.
organizing team, your security team has done a great work. Everywhere, we have not had any problem bringing the boy child, who is totally left behind. Even this time, graduation, the girls about to the first 5, the best, all girls, and the numbers, all girls, which is good. But now, who's going to take these girls? The disorganized boys. In the beginning, drinking from morning, that's not good. And so that's a campaign I am really carrying forward. And I want your support, Your Excellency. Boy child, in order to have our girl child protected very well. And we have a peaceful family set up. The prayer of giving thanks, I think this is a very appropriate prayer. Who am I? I can't imagine how many people are in Parliament and I am choosing Major, retired Major Jessica, you are the Vice President. Can you imagine? Clap to the Lord. There are many people, others can even try to somehow, and they present themselves to be seen, at least not you. God will always pick his people of his choice. God has a tendency of picking a nobody to become somebody in front of everybody without consulting anybody. That is God. And he chose you. And he said, I am calling, I want my daughter, Honorable Jessica. That's the one for this period of time. She's the one I want to be the Vice President. Members, God always chooses whoever he chooses to choose. God always picks whoever he chooses to pick. God always elevates whoever he chooses to elevate. It is his prerogative, no discussion, period.
And you said, yes, I will. So would you like to protect her? Protect yourself?
It is exactly 3 decades of Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II's reign on the throne as King of Buganda since his coronation 30 years ago in July 1993. Kabaka Mutebi became the 36th King of Buganda, succeeding his late father, Sir Edward Luwangula Mutesa II, who died in exile.
In 1993, Kabaka Mwenda Mutebi II was crowned King of Buganda, succeeding his late father Edward Mutesa II, who died in exile in the UK, where he had fled following the ban of kingdoms in Uganda in September 1962. When Uganda became a republic, his installation as Kabaka of Buganda follows restoration of monarchies by the NRM government. In commemoration of the 30th coronation anniversary, sections of kingdom diehards, well-wishers, clan leaders and political leaders converged at Lubiri Mengo to celebrate the coronation of Kabaka Mwenda Mutebi II. The colorful celebrations were held at the main palace at Lubiri Mengo, and the prayers were led by the Archbishop of Kampala Diocese, Paul Semwogerere.
Twesabire okubeera ababulize eri Kabaka waffe, tusaba Katonda amutukuumire, amuwe obulamu obulungi, amuwangaze, ajjukire gye muli, abawe mirembe namusagala namwenza buli kantu kitaffe ne mwana ne mwoyo mutuukirivu abawe omukisa awandale Ssaabasajja.
Different dignitaries from their different cultural, social and political divides, religious leaders among others, were all represented.
And glad to continue to move this journey, and we pray and ask the Almighty God to protect the Kabaka of Buganda.
In his communication, the Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, noted a number of developments the kingdom has achieved during the reign of Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi, among which include the fight against poverty and the spread of HIV/AIDS.
A significant portion of our lands and properties have been restituted to their rightful owners, the Kabaka and the kingdom. Health and education have been prioritized. Companies and agencies have been established to ensure delivery of essential services and have offered employment to a sizable number of especially the youth. Development programs aimed at poverty eradication have been initiated.
The Katikiro called for unity among Kabaka's subjects.
Let us all hail our king for defending the rights and interests of his people throughout these 3 decades. Let us all stand with him and defend Uganda's 5 aspirational pillars: the protection and preservation of our heritage, and the incumbent on the throne, sharing power through a federal system of government, protecting our lands and territorial integrity, hard work, promote education, good health, innovativeness, and alleviation of poverty, and unity in diversity.
Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II was born on 13th April 1955 and is the reigning Kabaka of the Kingdom of Buganda since 31st July 1993. Kabaka Mutebi became the 36th Kabaka of Buganda, having replaced his father, and is the longest serving Kabaka of Buganda since the founding of the kingdom during the 11th century. Susan Naonga reporting for ABC TV.
Now, the 30th coronation anniversary celebrations of the Kabaka of Buganda, His Majesty Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II, has been met with a lot of excitement as thousands lined up on streets ready to welcome their king. Many endured the morning rush hour to access the Lubidi Palace precincts in order to get a clear glimpse of the Kabaka as he made his way into the palace for the celebrations. We apologize for these gaps in sound, but we'll have that story again in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, police have attributed the 451 accidents of the previous month registered last week to overspeeding and unnecessary overtaking. Uganda Traffic Police spokesperson Micheal Kananura told the media that 79 deaths were reported, including 27 of them being pedestrians.
Late week of July, police recorded 451 accidents resulting in 77 fatalities, 219 serious injuries and 155 minor injuries. A total of 417 victims were involved, with 79 deaths and 338 injuries. Uganda Traffic Police spokesperson Michael Kananura told a weekly media briefing that among the fatalities, 41 were motorcycle accidents, 6 were passengers, and 35 were riders. Additionally, 27 pedestrians died in these accidents.
Our preliminary investigations, the causes of these accidents were speeding and improper overtaking.
In Banda 2 zone in Nakawa, a suspect identified as Mugabe Collins was arrested for manufacturing improvised explosive devices after one improvised explosive device mistakenly exploded in the area.
We recovered a second IED and an assortment of other bomb-making materials. We had 3 jerrycans of nitric acid, there was methanol, ethanol, potassium nitrate, notes and textbooks.
A Nera district registration officer, Simo Thaib, operating in Kole district, was arrested for moving kids from Kole to Kampala to register Ugandan and foreign nationals without authorization.
Contrary to Nera procedures and guidelines.
Investigations into the alleged poisoning of over 270 students at Nakanyonyi Secondary School, Mukono, are still ongoing to release the final report on which substance was used to poison the food. 2 cases of suicide were registered in Bweyogerere and Kasubi, respectively. A primary 4 pupil at Shalom Primary School in Bweyogerere committed suicide by hanging on a towel after disagreeing with brothers on who the real biological father was. Additionally, Asman Sonko, aged 17, killed himself after being cautioned against stealing a phone. Austin Arisima, Ivan Kawa for UBC News in Kampala.
The Forum for Parliaments of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region has been challenged to standardize dispute resolution clauses on natural resources in Africa. While opening the 7th statutory meeting of Forum of Parliaments of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, said it follows a continuous arbitration of African mineral disputes by the Western world.
The meeting of the Forum of Parliaments of Member States of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region is ongoing in Kampala, Uganda's capital city. It is comprised of the Committee on Economic Development, Regional Integration, and Natural Resources. Focus is on proper natural resource management in mineral-rich countries of the Great Lakes region.
As you might be aware, the region is still faced with serious security issues. Most recently is the one in the Republic of Sudan and also in the eastern part of DRC, which mitigate and prevent smooth flow of natural resources and also compromise responsible mineral supply chains in the region.
It is due to mineral wealth mismanagement that the talk of poverty is still characteristic of countries gifted with mineral resources.
The poverty we have should not be existing with these natural resources we have. So we need to make sure that we go out and learn and see how we can customize for our best.
But why are things not going right in some African countries endowed with minerals? Part of the answer has a bearing on colonial fragments. Thomas Tayebwa is the Deputy Speaker of the Ugandan Parliament.
Is it because of our weakness? Is it because we are not capable? Is it because our systems are considered to be so weak that they cannot give justice to foreigners? So we must go to their capitals to get justice for our people? This is something I would implore you to look at. Standardizing, dispute resolution clauses on natural resources in the African countries.
Tayebwa wants to see reduced political interference in the mining sector, underscoring the need to do away with artisanal miners.
Most of the artisanal miners, whom we call artisanal miners in Uganda, they are agents. Mubende, we have a district here, Mubende, Kasanda. When we checked, we found people from over 10 nationalities, and they are saying they are local artisanal miners. Do you mean you came away all the way from Congo to be a local in Uganda to mine gold? Whom are you mining for? And then we politicians, we usually make a mistake. These are our people, you've chased my voters. Okay. But these people are going to remain earning nothing out of this.
The aspects of transparency and good governance are being emphasized for all Africans to benefit from their mineral wealth.
And we are talking about the West colonizing us, okay? And we are saying we are tired of you, the West, you're colonizing us. But again, we are hiring mercenaries from neighbors of the West to come and crush our people when they demand for good governance.
These are some of the reasons why the forum is meeting in Kampala. Ambassador Onyango Kakoba is the Secretary General.
What I can assure you is that in most of these countries, if not all, they are very, very, very good laws, but what I think is lacking is the implementation. So as parliamentarians, I think one of the key roles of the parliamentarians is to make sure they follow up, to make sure that those instruments that have been in place are implemented.
The Great Lakes region has abundant natural resources, including minerals such as tin, tantalum, tungsten, and gold. These are essential components of everyday products like cell phones, iPads, refrigerators, ornaments, airplane components, and automobiles. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Now, back to the coronation celebrations that were held today. The Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II has reminded the central government on the unfulfilled pledges to the kingdom. In his message during the 30th coronation anniversary celebrations in Mengo, Kabaka Mutebi reminded government of unpaid property of the kingdom.
Thousands have converged at Rubiri Mengo Palace to grace the 30th coronation anniversary of Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II. Different leaders from different social, cultural and political attachment graced the 30th coronation. At around midday, the Kabaka of Buganda, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi, arrived at the palace in Mengo for the 30th anniversary celebrations. Kabaka was welcomed by his subjects amidst cheers. As a culture norm, Kabaka was carried shoulder high by members of the Mbogo clan and taken around waving to his subjects. During the 30th anniversary commemoration, Kabaka Muwenda Mutebi II later addressed his subjects. Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi was concerned over the increasing number of youth leaving the country for modern-day slavery.
Kutwalibwa kukola mirimu egitategeerekeka, kutwalibwa mu mirimu mu nsi ez'ebunaayira, abantu baffe gye bayisibwanga abaddu era n'abamu ne bafiirayo. Abo ababatwala okukola ebweru
he says the kingdom will continue to work with government to ensure implementation of projects that solve unemployment.
Tusobodde okwerwanako mu byobulamu ne mu byenfuna era n'embeera z'abantu baffe bonna okutwalira awamu n'ebyobulimi tubizizzaamu amaanyi.
Kabaka Mutebi condemned some of his subjects who get hoodwinked by money to go against the kingdom.
Obwakabaka bwaddawo era tubwagala nnyo, naye waliwo abatabwagala, n'olwekyo temubongoota.
He asked them to desist from double standards on matters concerning the kingdom and those affecting the kingdom.
Abo abasoma Bayibuli mujja kumanya nti mu kitabo kya Luka atugamba nti Yesu yennyini bwe yasooka okuyigiriza yali yakamala emyaka 3. Kyekitegeeza nti omulimu ogwaffe gwakatandika butandisi.
His Majesty similarly reminded the central government to fulfill its pledges of return of some of the Buganda property.
Newankubadde ng'obwakabaka bwaddawo naye tebwafuna buyinza. Tewafuna buyinza okukola emirimu nga bwe bwakolanga edda okuviira ddala ku ntandikwa yaabwo. Okuva edda bajjajjaffe baalina omwoyo ogukolera awamu era nga batetenkanya nnyo. Omwoyo ogwo gwe gutuyambye okukolera awamu.
Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II later served his people in accordance with culture. I'm Nafka Farida and Andrew Sebira.
Welcome back. Nafka Farida and Sebira Andrew from the Palace in Mengo. We now take a short break. On return, we have more that you do not want to miss. Keep it with us.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Uganda's oil and gas projects are providing opportunities for Ugandan businesses. Between 2017 and 2022, 40% of the 3,800 procurements worth $4.4 billion were awarded to 460 Ugandan companies. This includes 41 community-based companies that have been awarded contracts worth $2.3 million. In order to be contracted to supply goods and services for oil activities in Uganda, entities must register on the National Suppliers Database. Over 2,300 entities are registered on the National Suppliers Database. Registration is free. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial *185*7*6# to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
Malaria is still the #1 cause of death in Uganda. To help you protect your family from malaria, the government of Uganda is giving mosquito nets to every household. Register and receive your mosquito nets from the community health worker. Distribution of nets in the following districts and cities will take place between the 1st and 15th of August. Kaliro, Sironko, Rakai, Bugweri, Masaka, Dokolo, Karungu, Chotera, Bududa, Luengo, Nakaseke and Mbale districts plus Masaka and Mbale cities. Every district will have received their mosquito nets by November. Together, we can chase malaria out of Uganda. Sleep under a mosquito net every night. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from the Global Fund.
News tonight. We thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Now, the Public Service Pension Bill was recently bounced in Parliament because it had some loopholes. The bill lacked proper consultations by the Ministry of Public Service as it was presented to the Parliament for reading and debate.
In the consultative meeting organized by the National Organization of Trade Union with the Ministry of Labour, Uganda Retirement Benefit Authority, NSSF, Workers MP members of Public Service Union. Workers MP Kunihira Agnes says that the contributory pension scheme beneficiaries will get 30% every month.
As I told you, the bill was as we discuss now, we are looking at the process, the upcoming process. That's why we are discussing the older bill in preparation that by the time the government again retables that bill, the stakeholders, more especially the workers, will have gotten clear information. Because as I've told you, people thought it was going to work as NSF, which is a defined contribution, whereby you contribute and your employer contributes and the money goes to your specific account in the fund. This one you contribute, it is a defined benefit. The money you contribute, your percentage and the percentage of the employer, who is almost government, will go into one pool, and even the interest that it makes will also continue to make the fund grow. And when you retire, they will use the formula to make sure you are paid at least slightly better.
Bubulo West MP in Manafa District, Peter Werike, noted that the bill should be given enough time to allow all stakeholders consult.
We also see government wanting to transit by contributing, which changes the workers from going through pension contributed fully by government and make a contributory scheme. Was referred back. Why is we have not had enough consultations to prepare the workers out there. You know, when this bill could come in force, it's going to affect over 300,000 workers. And these people have not been properly prepared. So this arrangement brings us back in line to carry on the sensitization of the workers. Let them know how government want to transit from supporting pension and the other ones. There are good things in this bill where they also bring in participation of workers on the board so that this scheme looks the scheme of workers.
The acting chairman, General National Organization of Trade Unions, Okelo Musa, said that if the pension scheme is well handled, over 2 trillion shillings could be raised from employers across the country.
Which is now before Parliament. And we were making our input as workers from the public service under the national.
The initiation of Operation Shujaa in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has had a significant impact on scaling down the mayhem caused by the Allied Democratic Forces, that is ADF, against the residents and travelers along the Kasindi-Beni Road. However, due to repulsive actions from both the armed forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Uganda People's Defense Forces, a state of tranquil peace and stability has returned. Congolese civilians have expressed their gratitude to President Tshisekedi of the DR Congo and President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda for recognizing the common threat that necessitated a joint effort by both the armies.
Prior to the deployment of the joint forces of UPDF and FARDC in Sector 3, ADF attacks on innocent civilians were prevalent. These attacks included burning vehicles along Kasindi-Beni route, torching people's houses, looting food crops from gardeners, and resorting to brutal machete attacks. The ADF has been active in Eastern Congo since 2012, entering through Malika Valley to Manyongosi and Chitura and inflicting violence upon the population using guns and machete.
Part of the Eastern Congo where Burasi, Boga, Chabi, and Tokomeka, which is part of Ituri. So it's like we operate in 2 regions of the Eastern DRC where Ituri and North Kivu is involved.
The commander of Operation Shujaa, Major General Diko Loom, and Member of Parliament Benin Territory, Balikwisa Said, report on the dire situation in the Bulongo area, which became a killing zone due to ADF's atrocities while trekking through Virunga National Park before retreating back into the forest.
So we tend to warn our soldiers to always guide against that, to keep it in their mind, in the back of their minds, that UPDF is there for the people. Whether in the DRC or in Uganda, we are there for the people. And that's what we tend to ensure our soldiers don't forget about.
Na katika province ya North Kivu. Na wananchi wangependelea idadi ya hiyo jeshi iongezeke, sababu eneo ambamo adui anapatikana ni eneo kubwa. Na sherti hili eneo lijee jeshi ya kutia pressure kwa adui na kumu-oblige aachane na hivyo vitendo vyake.
With the current peace brought by Operation Shujaa, Congolese civilians can now actively engage in income-generating activities and embracing the opportunities that the newfound stability offers. The joint forces are committed to eliminating the smaller ADF groups that flee from Sector 1 and 2 towards the south of Kivu in areas like Malika, Mwenda, Motwanga, and the Virunga National Park. The UPDF is determined to completely wipe out the ADF presence in Eastern Congo and Rwenzori sub-region, seeking to establish enduring peace and stability in both countries. Operation Shujaa, Sector 3, is located between the Kasindi-Beni axis, serves as the blocking force against freeing ADF remnants from their strongholds in Ituri and Virunga impenetrable forest. Haruna Teso, UBC News.
And in talking news, MTN has improved on their. And in talking news, MTN has improved on their data voice bundles. Hey, you can now call across all networks for the same price. We've talked to several eyewitnesses on the ground, and this is what one of them had to say. Amos, did you hear about the MTN daily voice bundles? So, to join many more other Ugandans enjoying these MTN daily voice bundles, dial *100 *21# or use the My MTN app to start enjoying. Hey, stay tuned for more offers from MTN.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Upgrade your lifestyle with the all-new entry-loaded Chillax voice bundles. Now, call all networks in Uganda with Chillax voice bundles. Call all networks, no expiry, no worries. Dial *100 *1# and select call all networks. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Business news tonight. State Minister for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs, Kabuyecho Fatogabye, has revealed that government will very soon roll out registration of all informal sector players cleansing Kampala. He says that the move will foster proper planning and management of the city, which experience an influx of business year in and year out.
Last week, police notified motorists, especially border operators, that come 31st July 2023, a countrywide crackdown will be initiated to net errant road users. This has been supported by the State Minister for Kampala Affairs, Kabuyecho Fatogabye.
Generally, the operation is good, is in good faith, and I would appeal to all the riders to comply and also ensure they get all the requirements being asked, because there is no choice. Whether you comply or you don't want to comply, you must comply.
In a crackdown operation initiated by traffic police on Monday 31st July 2023, police fought motorists for being a source of accidents, although some border operators welcomed the initiative.
Kituufu naffe tumanyi nti tukola obubenje naye ng'ate si bwe businga n'emmotoka zikola accident.
Phase 1 police yatuwa okwambala reflector jacket ne element nga butusomesa bannaffe okufuna element kakati actually tusomesa bannaffe okufuna driving license. Kakati phase 2 police yatutegeezeza nga bakulembeze nti etandikidde kwabo abajeema.
However, the border operators have decried the high-handedness being exhibited by security personnel.
Bannaffe ekiseera kituuse ne tukkiriza nti ekimala buli wa boda alina okufuna ebisaanyizo, naye ate ekigambo ky'okutwala omuntu mu kkomera kiba kisuseewoko. So nziramu okusaba director wa traffic mu ggwanga ne IGP nti ekibonerezo eky'okutwala abantu mu kkomera kika nnyo.
State Minister for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs, Kabuyecho Fatogabye, notes that time has come to reorganize Kampala, as all informal sector players will be required to hand in all their employee database to government.
The bars association, we know them. At least there are 60,000. Then the bouncers, we know them. So we want to register each sector which employs our people, including the garages and so on and so forth, carpentry and all the sectors, the informal sector, because that's the only way, the target. You have to convert this informal sector into formal, to formalize them in one way or the other, so that we can now help them get somehow also become credit worth, so that when you want to support them, you know where to press your button and get them on board.
The debate and proposal to streamline business in Kampala has been on for a long time, with the sector players on several occasions rejecting the move. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has released the consumer price indices and inflation for the month of July 2023. The annual inflation measured by the Consumer Price Index for the 12 months to July 2023 is registered at 3.9% compared to the 4.9% registered in the year ended June 2023. Analysis by geographical areas shows Arua district in the West Nile region registering highest inflation.
The slowdown in annual inflation is attributed to the annual core inflation. The main driver of core inflation was the annual goods inflation that registered at 4.8% in the year ending July 2023 compared to 6.0% in the year ended June 2023. Another factor in the slowdown was the annual food crops and related items inflation that registered at 9.3% in the year ending July 2023 compared to 12.3% registered in the year ended June 2023. In addition, the annual energy, fuel, utilities inflation slowed down to negative 1.6% in the year ending July 2023.
Because when we talk about slowing down in the inflation, we might think that everything has reduced, but we have those checks in other categories, the COICOP divisions, the 13 that we normally compile our index and the inflation. You realize that when you look at the clothing and footwear on an annual basis, if you try to compare the last year, that is the year that we had the 12 months up to June 2023, we registered the clothing and footwear inflation at 3.1%. But when this year that is ending July, it is at 3.4%, meaning there are some items that have actually gone up, because when you try to look at the annual basis, most of the inflation has either stayed the same or it has slowed down.
Analysis by geographical areas and income groups shows Arua district registered the highest inflation of 6.6% for the 12 months to July 2023.
And this was from the 7.3 that we recorded in the year that ended in June. This was due to, in Arua, we noted that the category that caused this increase, highest inflation, is the clothing and footwear inflation. This increased to 3.9% compared to a 2.0% we recorded in the previous year that ended in June 2023.
The least annual inflation was registered in Kampala high income at 2.9% for the 12 months to July 2023 compared to 4.3% recorded in June 2023.
We realized there was a slowdown in the inflation of 2.3% compared to that of 4.5%.
Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
Junko. Yo. What you check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Junko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
The biggest, the baddest East African Christian Marathon is here. Come participate at the East African Christian Marathon for a prayer run on the 13th of August 2023 at the Lugogo Hockey Grounds. Come represent your family at the prayer run and run for a good cause to build the first call center, which will be East Africa's virtual listener. Come for the prayer run alongside your pastors, leaders, representatives from Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, South Sudan, and of course Uganda. Participate with Honorable Captain Mike Mukula, who is the chief runner and patron. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Make your donation for your kid now from 20,000, 30,000 and 100,000 Uganda shillings, because runs change the world. For more details, call 0781 885 055 or visit our website at www.eastafricachristianmarathon.org. Proudly sponsored by PKF. UPC, Venro Health, Aquafina, and Moving Preacher.
In the world of sport, Jamaica got the better of Uganda at the ongoing Netball World Cup in South Africa. This was the third defeat of Uganda at the Games, losing 61-49 in Cape Town. It was a one-sided game from the start where Uganda showed intensity from the opening whistle but faced formidable opposition from the Sunshine Girls. Defenders Shamera Starling and Latanya Wilson were swift and relentless, blocking Uganda's attacking attempts and causing turnovers at crucial moments. Uganda initially had most of the possession but couldn't convert it into points as the normally reliable Chohawk missed a handful of attempts. The gaps in mid-court also started closing down, and world number 4 Jamaica rest to a 38-21 lead at halftime. In the third quarter, Uganda rallied back. The mid-court players led by Margaret Bagala found openings in Jamaica's defense. Shooters Chohawk and Shadia Nasanga converted these opportunities into goals, and this enabled the She Cranes to win the quarter 16-11. And despite Shadia Nasanga winning the most valuable player, Team Uganda was sent to the drawing board to refocus on the next game against Wales on Wednesday. The Cancer Run Organizing Committee has introduced initiatives aimed at attracting more volunteers to the noble cause that aim at raising awareness about cancer across different regions of the country.
On the 26th of this month, thousands will gather, run for one cause, end cancer in Uganda. Whereas the meeting venue has always been Kololo in Pennis grounds, Rotarians across the world will run from their respective areas, creating awareness about the deadly disease.
These runs are the main fundraising vehicle which support the Uganda Rotary Cancer Program. The Uganda Rotary Cancer Program is a program that puts Rotarians together in the fight against cancer. This year alone, our target is to raise 2 billion shillings, and I think we shall get it. Our target is to have 50,000 runners, running not just in Kampala alone, but all the major cities of Uganda and in the diaspora.
The Rotary E-Club of Uganda Global has started early with the run around the hills of Lukomwa. The 7-kilometer run was aimed at sensitizing many around the area of Kajansi, Lukomwa and Seguku not only to join Rotary but equally participate in the run to end cancer.
Cancer is a silent killer. Many people have it and then they do not know. But when we have this in place, we know that people will always have where to run to get screened, to get treated and everything.
With this year's theme, Run for Hope, Rotary has been running for now 12 years in the fight against cancer, and the Rotary E-Club of Uganda Global believes that proceeds collected will be channeled to Nsambya Hospital for a new wing extension of 2 bunkers that will house the Lena cancer testing and treatment machines.
The launch is to help us mobilize people to come and join us when we are going to have the main cancer run, which is on the 27th of August. We want to create awareness of cancer. Many of us have relatives, friends, family who are suffering from cancer, and we also want to show people that together we can beat cancer.
So people can come and register. If we come all together, we will fight cancer.
Rotary E-Club of Uganda Global, with their online meetings, have had humanitarian projects helping the girl child remain in school and communities fight against poverty. Ngabo Amon reporting for UBS TV.
Chambogo College School over the weekend organized a sports gala to showcase a variety of sports talent among their students.
Over 100 students from 7 schoolhouses competed in the different sports disciplines, and students from Lions House came out winners. The chief guest, John Wensonga, the Assistant Commissioner, Ministry of Education and Sports, was pleased at the purpose of the event as he emphasized the relevancy of sports in schools.
Sports enhance healthy habits and discipline in schools. It eliminates idle mind. Sports improve physical health and reduce stress among the students. You talk to one another as you plan strategies to win in games. So you grow the aspect of collaboration, the aspect of coordination, the aspect of cooperation, make new friends. You generate self-confidence, self-esteem. You grow the communication skills.
Guests urged government to continue supporting schools in the country and providing resources for the development of students' talents.
That sports budget should be kept on giving some top priority, at least 100% increase from last year, so that the sports institutions like this, which is a historic institution, facilities are so many, just need some good management and good standards. So education is not when we do mass education. Education is when we do smart education.
And that brings us to the end of all we had for you at this particular moment. We have another arrangement at 10 p.m. that you do not have to miss. We thank you so much for watching. Let's catch you then. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni. Wish you the best of the evening. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.